What is up, YouTube? Before I start the video, I would like to point out that True Business Review is ran by two people. I currently make division prediction videos. My name is Dan, and you might have noticed Mike in different videos. So we would like to thank everyone for all the support and views and subscribers. We really appreciate reaching over 100 in such a short amount of time. So yeah, let's get into the video. Before I start the video, I would like to add that only 4.1% of you guys are subscribed. So I'd really appreciate it, and I'd like to thank all of you for all the subs, the views, and the support. I really appreciate it. Let's get into the video. Yo, what is up, YouTube? Back with the second to last prediction video. So yes, we've already done 30, and the remaining teams I have not predicted yet, of course, the Lions and the Dolphins. So, the Lions, let's talk about them today. So they are in a decently good division, in my opinion. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. They have the second seed Packers, the 6th seed Vikings, both made the playoffs. The 8-8 Bears, and they came in last place with one of the worst records in the NFL. And the only reason why they had such a bad record was because Matt Stafford got injured. So if this team did not get scammed in the first couple of weeks, like 5 through 6, they got scammed against the Chiefs and the Packers so hard. They easily could have won those games and had a division-winning record. But, of course, Matt Stafford got injured. They got scammed. So I do believe this team is good. But at the same time, they did lose Darius Slay. And their offense, it's kind of looking questionable at this point in time. And their schedule kind of does suck. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. So, let's start with their schedule. Week 1, they host the Chicago Bears. So I do believe that this game is going to be very, very, very close. Only because I have no idea who the Bears are going to start at QB. It's either Mitchell Trubisky or Nick Foles. If Nick Foles starts, which I don't think is going to happen, I feel like the Lions would probably easily win this game. And if Trubisky starts, I believe it'll be closer. But the final outcome, I do believe the Lions are going to get a Week 1 win. So starting off 1-0, it's pretty good. I do believe these teams are basically even at this point in time. This division is definitely up for grabs. And the Lions, Bears, they can easily compete for the number 1 seed in their division, of course. And they could make the playoffs, but like I said, the schedule kind of sucks. So Week 2, they do play at the Green Bay Packers. So they definitely can win this game. We saw this last season. They almost beat the Packers like Week 4 or something. Could easily win this game. But, their defense probably gotten worse. Trey Flowers, he got scammed in this game last season. 2 hands to the face penalties in the same game, and he didn't touch the helmet once. So, yeah, that was pretty scammy. I do believe the Packers are going to win this game anyway. It is in Green Bay. I feel like they're the more complete team at this point in time because, they had a really good season with a really good record. I don't expect the Packers to have the best record, around 10-6, but it's whatever. So, the following week, they have, once again, another road game. And this week, they travel to Arizona. So, we saw this game Week 1 of last season. The Lions choked a big lead. Kyler Murray came back, tied the game, and this game ended up in a tie. So I do believe that Kyler Murray is going to get the last laugh in this game, and the Cardinals are going to win. They're definitely probably home favorites in this game. I feel like the Cardinals are going to be maybe a better team next season than the Lions, just because they got DeAndre Hopkins, Kyler Murray, Isaiah Simmons, Kenyon Drake. Forgot about him. And they're going to be a really good offense next season. And their defense is probably going to get better. But we have to consider the Lions in this game. It's not unfamiliar territory. They can do it. But at the same time, Matt Stafford, he's questionable at this point in time. Could be injured his first couple weeks back. I doubt it, though. And the Lions defense, like I said, is probably not too good anymore. It's not the best. But it's still going to be decent. And I do believe the Cardinals should win this game. So the following week, they host the New Orleans Saints at home. So the New Orleans Saints, they're definitely going to be one of the best teams in the NFL next season.
And I do think they could easily get that first seed in the NFC. Meaning, I feel like the Lions are going to win this game. If I was stupid, I feel like the Saints are going to win this game. Definitely. The Saints are the better team to match up, no doubt about it. Got Emmanuel Sanders. This offense is going to look, oh my gosh, going to look unstoppable next season. Not even funny how bad the Saints are going to be. So, of course, this game's going to be closer than people expect. I feel like the Lions could pull off the upset, but I doubt it. Saints are going to get the W. So, the following week, they go on the road and play the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, the Jaguars, I feel like they're going to be the worst team in the NFL. Number 32, number 1 in the overall draft next season. So, with that being said, even though this game's in Jacksonville, I feel like the Lions are going to get the W. Like I said, worst team in the NFL. They lost their entire defense. Their offense, it's not the worst, but it's not good. And it's probably actually one of the worst offenses in the NFL. So we'll see. Easy win for the Lions. So, following week, they go on the road once again. So, a lot of road games in the beginning of the season kind of stinks. So, this schedule kind of sucks so far. So, they have to travel to Atlanta and play the Falcons. So, this game's 50-50 because I feel like the Falcons are going to suck. And I know the Lions' potential is great. I really thought the Lions could have won their division last season if, bad calls, injuries didn't happen. But, I don't know, they're just going to have to prove it this season. I feel like they could get a wild card, like number 7, number 6. But I don't know, they just got to prove it. I feel like they could easily win this game. I honestly feel like the Atlanta Falcons are going to pull off the upsets at home. I don't even know if it's going to be considered an upset. But I feel like the Falcons, their defense is just going to outcompete the Lions offense, and that's it. Because, Falcons aren't good, but still got not the best, but solid defense. So the following week, they have a home game. So yeah, the schedule sucks. So they do play the Colts, though. This should be, in my opinion, an easy win. I feel like the Colts suck. The Lions should win this game. So Philip Rivers, way overrated. I said this before in one of my videos. The point of playing in the NFL is to win a Super Bowl. And to win a Super Bowl, how's Philip Rivers going to help you do that? So it's a very bad pick for the Colts, in my opinion. Makes no sense. They're going to get, a mediocre, maybe like 8-8 record, maybe 4 wins, we'll see. But the Colts, I don't know what they're doing. They're going to lose this game in Detroit. So the following week, they play at the Minnesota Vikings. So yeah, since this game is in Minnesota, I do believe the Vikings are going to win. At this point in time, I think they're a better team. Justin Jefferson, their first-round draft pick, wide receiver, replacement for Stephon Diggs. I feel like he's going to be fitting in just right. And he's going to be a comfortable replacement for Stephon Diggs. So don't believe this team has lost any offensive talent so far. It's going to be regained at this point in the season. But their defense, they did lose Mackenzie Alexander, Xavier Rhodes, I believe. So yeah, that's a big rip there. They're going to have to fill in that gap. But like I said, once again, this game is in Minnesota. I feel like the Vikings are the better team overall. And they're going to get the W. So the following week, they host the Washington Redskins at home. So the Redskins, they had number 2 overall pick in the draft. They got Chase Young. Yeah, I feel like the Redskins suck, They do suck. They're one of the worst teams in the NFL. And this should be an easy win for the Lions, no doubt about it. I'm honestly thinking 20-point win here. Should be an easy W. Don't even have to explain why. So the following week, they have to go on the road once again and play the Carolina Panthers. So the Panthers, it's going to be a close one. I only say this is going to be close because this game is in Carolina. If this game was at home, they'd easily win, but it's not. And I feel like the Panthers are in a rebuilding phase. Could easily lose this game, and the Lions can easily win. And I'm honestly thinking that's going to happen. Even though, I'm sorry, I'm picking the Panthers to win this game. But even though I say that, I do believe the Lions are going to end up winning this game anyway. But at the same time, you can't count the Panthers out. They need a couple wins too. They got Teddy Bridgewater. He's probably going to be performing well enough with Robbie Anderson, Christian McCaffrey. So the offense, DJ Moore, of course, that offense isn't too bad. But the Panthers' defense is so bad. That's why I feel like the Lions can win this game. But I don't think they are. So, following week, they host the Houston Texans. So, do you think they're going to lose this game? Honestly, I don't think so. I feel like they're actually going to beat the Texans at home. So, the Texans, they've lost DeAndre Hopkins. That's obvious. And do I think the Texans have gotten worse? Yes. I feel like they're going to choke this game on the road. It's all the way north of, Houston. A long way to go. And, of course, I feel like the Lions are going to be lighting up at this point in the season. They're going to be playing good. They're going to go beat the Texans at home in their freaking stadium. Easy win. So the following week, they play at Chicago. So they beat Chicago week 1. But they're going to lose this game against the Bears in Chicago. The Bears defense probably going to be lighting it up at this point in the season. And I expect this offense to be a lot better. So obviously the chemistry is going to be there in Chicago at this point in time. And if it's not, then the Lions are going to win. But it should be. They're going to know who their starting quarterback is, and that's it. So I feel like the Bears are going to outcompete. Their defense is going to light up, and they're going to beat the Lions at home. So the following week, they host the Green Bay Packers at home. And I honestly feel like the Packers are going to lose this game, but I'm picking them to win it. So when I made my Packers video, the schedule is not released. And the thing about that is that I have to pick, I didn't know this game was going to be later in the season. And if this game was earlier in the season, the Packers would easily win in Detroit. But it's later in the season. I feel like the Lions are going to win this game. But I unfortunately picked the Packers to win this game in my Packers video. So I'm going to have to stick with that pick. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like the Lions should win this game. They should be favored to win this game. The Packers aren't going to have the best season. They should get the revenge on, the horrible calls last year. And they should win this game. But at the same time, I picked the Packers in my Packers video to win this game. And I did take this into consideration that the Packers, of course, are going to be a good team. They're going to be good later in the season. They're going to have a good record once again. And to do that, they're going to have to get divisional wins over their opponents and get the win on the road against the Lions. So, GG. So the following week, they play the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. So, yeah, I think the Titans are so underrated. They were in the AFC Championship, and everyone thinks they're not even going to make the playoffs. I don't even understand that one. So, yeah, I feel like the Titans are underappreciated, and they're going to be a powerhouse next season. And, the Lions are definitely losing this one. It's in Tennessee. I feel like this could be like a 40-30 game, but the Titans are going to pull off the W. Matt Stafford could have multiple touchdowns in this game, but I doubt it. So, I feel like the Titans are a better team. They're going to outscore. Derrick Henry's going to have a great game. GG. So, the following week, they host the Buccaneers at home. So, this is Tom Brady's Buccaneers, if you didn't know that, and Gronkowski's. And the thing about this team now is that it's been very long in the season. I do expect Tom Brady's Buccaneers to be lighting it up. It's common sense. This game was week 1. I could see the Lions winning. It's not. Sorry. This is against the Buccaneers week 16. Buccaneers should win this game. They're definitely going to be competing for their division. And to do that, they're going to have to be beating the Lions at home. So, yeah, rip there. And the Buccaneers are going to get the W. In the last game of the season, they play the Minnesota Vikings. So, I do believe that the Vikings and the Packers are going to be racing for the number 1 spot in the NFC North. And even though the Vikings could win their division or get a comfortable wild card spot, they could bench all their players in this game. But I don't do it that way. If the Vikings were to start all their players in this game, I feel like the Lions would still end up winning at home against Minnesota Vikings. I feel like the Lions, this is just not going to be their season. But next year and the following years, I feel like they could make playoffs, potentially win their division. We'll see. So even though they're going to end up 6-10, they're going to get the win against the Vikings. It's a big rip. So that is it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Adios.